Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's quite a pleasure to speak for the first time in London. It's also the first time I came in London. I will go back in a few weeks to visit this city. I will speak what's happening in the other side of the channel in Brussels, not about Tintin, not about the financial decision of the Commission, but for the building, the passive house standard we decide to impose by policies in 2015. Well, at the start, we are not, we are the baddest people of Europe. Our walls have an energy loss, the highest energy loss in Europe. Even UK buildings are better than in Belgium. We spent a lot of money of energy loss, but we try to go for the highest energy performance of Europe. In 2015, we would like to pass from 250 megajoule per square meter per year to only 25 megajoule of losses through our walls. And that's the passive house standard we will impose to 2015. We reduce the losses by a factor by 10, and we consider it the first step before the zero energy building in 2020 imposed by the commissions. How do we start from the baddest stage through the best energy performance? We start with a call of projects called exemplary buildings, and the target is to stimulate the building sector towards the excellence, even towards the outstanding, like the BREEAM standard. The first criteria is the best energy efficiency, low energy consumption, renewables. The second criteria of this call of project is the lowest environmental impact, materials, water management, the best situation, and so on. And the third criteria is the feasibility. Is it profitable to put this solution in this building? And then we also focus on the good architecture integration and conception. Is it nice space of living? What's the beauty about the architecture? And which is quite important, the fourth criteria have the same importance. If you make a good building about the architecture point of view, it's it's like the best energy efficiency is the same weight into the ponderation of this call of projects, exemplary buildings. Alors, we have put, it's like a co-investment, the government of the Brussels region co-invest in exemplary buildings. The budget is about 5 million euros per year. It's quite small in comparison of UK, of course. And there is 2 points, 10 euros for the architects and 90 euros for the owner of this building. It's an open call of projects. It's for houses, small houses, multiple houses, office buildings, schools, commercial, hospital, hotels, and so on and so on. The projects are analyzed by a panel of experts. Then there is a jury who make the selection. The final decision belongs to the Brussels region government. During the construction, 3 or 4 years, there is a free coaching by an expert to follow the construction of the project. And then when the project is finished, there is a 5 years monitoring of the performance. Is the performance, the real performance, scotch to the theoretical performance of the building. And it works. There is office buildings, small ones, big ones. They are all passive buildings in Brussels. There is also the office building of the Energy and Environment Brussels administration. Also the office building of ELIA, our energy transport network in Brussels. They are all passive, nearly zero energy right now. We can make also hotel for passive hotel, like this image. We can make also social multiple houses, different projects, 3 of them. Other projects of multiple houses like this. They all are passive. They try to use ecological materials, and they find water management also solution for reduce the impact. We can also make quarter of private multiple houses, like these 2 examples in building and in project. We can also make commercial of high school projects, passive also, nearly zero energy project. We have also child gardens, and I think is the first mosque of in the world. The first passive mosque will be built in a few years in Brussels. We can also choose the passive house standard for retrofit at an affordable price. I suppose it's quite lower than the price in UK, but it's quite normal for the price in Belgium. Voilà, several projects, office building, small houses, and an old building. We need to take the patrimony of this building. We just need to insulate by inside of the facade. And what's the limit of the passive house standard? In Brussels, we have not a Chinatown, we have a European town, and we try to make it zero energy, nearly zero energy quarter for the European Commission, and we try to launch the first passive skyscrapers, 3 times 165 meters height, and voilà, we are looking for to make it passive, certainly, but also to make it nearly zero energy. I will not show you all the projects of the exemplary building call of projects. We have 156 winners. Most of them, nearly half of them, are passive. It's an investment of about €500 million for small subsidies for the government of about 24 million €. And this exemplary building call of projects have really changed the way of building or of retrofit buildings in Brussels. We can make it passive, ecological, but also profitable for all type of affectation, buildings, schools, office, houses, and so on, even a mosque. If you want to see them in Brussels, it's only 2 hours by train. Just ask me to visit them. From the start, that's the evolution of passive buildings in Brussels. We are nearly to 250,000 square meters of passive buildings in Brussels, not houses, all kind of projects, and we try to reach the standard to 2015. All new passive building will be passive, and the results are quite good. Until 2004, the energy consumption of Brussels are increasing of about 12%, and from 2004 to 2009, the energy consumption of each inwoners have decreased of 17% in 5 years. The target is quite high, quite low, minus 30% CO2 in 2015, and we are dealing with the standard passive to make it possible. We try to be the green capital of Europe. We just introduced our candidate for 2014. Voilà. I hope we will get it after other capital in Europe. Thank you for your attention.